Mike the Ref Melody, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. It is
Mr. Keith.
Super Kick!
Let go! Let go!
Third! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. Yes! This life is going great! Let's go!
She's healthy.
Let's go!
Is she healthy?
Yeah!
Apparently she's back.
Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. My apologies for being so late here. We got technical issues, I believe is the correct way to put it here. For some reason, my new setup won't recognize my mic, and I got to figure out why, and whatever. We're back on the old setup. We're good to go. Let's go. And as we walk in, we see holograms up and dead. Looks like El Clone is about to appear. Oh, I got to fix this here now. I wasn't expecting to use this setup, so forgive me for being a little out of it here. I'll take a look and see what's going on after stream here tonight, but hope everybody's doing well today. Hope everybody's having a good time. Yeah, I had everything up, ready to go. All the new...
You left your house and walked into mine.
And so he just pops right in here with a 42-month from your WWE 2K Undisputed ass-kicking leader. I'll give you the horn for that. You deserve it. I was really looking forward for you guys to see the new layout here. But hello, Brett. How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. You notice they aren't saying the Acclaimed on the group, right? I find this rather funny. But yeah, I guess we're running the old setup tonight until tomorrow. Right after I'm done tonight, I'll be doing a little bit of work on you. Hey, no, Brett, I appreciate you. Thank you. Got a chance to see Andre and the gang last night. Got to see everybody over at the TNA Victory Road show, which, if you guys got a chance to check it out, I do highly recommend you do. It was a... getting new messages. That's always great. Great show. I do have to admit the experience wasn't all that it was cracked out to be. It's the day after my birthday. Of course, I'm a little bit all over the place here, so I'm doing good for the most part today. In terms of what I saw versus what I expected, pretty much what I expected is what I got out of it. Was a pretty decent, like, I'm not going to say it was a horrible show. It wasn't. It was absolutely a great time to be had as we were there. So, the card was good. I will admit the one thing I'm very disappointed about is the merch table they had. They had a little dits and dats here and there, but the shirts that they had one Hardy shirt, one Hardy's Canada shirt, one Joe Henry Edmonton shirt, and the rest were TNA. Like, I was willing to part with some money, but they just didn't give me the opportunity to because, well, frankly, I'm not picking up a TNA shirt at this point. So we're getting a preview. Sorry, just shifting gears real quick here. We're getting a preview of what we're going to see on Wednesday, aren't we? The Paragon and Daddy Magic. This is going to be emotional. So Matt actually gets a chance to use his music tonight. I'm impressed. He's not even putting himself over. He's just screaming and hollering. But how are all of you doing tonight? I hope you're doing okay. Hope everything's going well. Yeah, like I said, biggest thing for me right now is the fact that my audio isn't working for some reason. I'm gonna have to figure that out with the new layout setup. Find out which setting just isn't matching up properly. But yeah, are any of you watching NXT No Mercy today? Like I watched the first couple matches. They were just getting into the weaponized cage matches as stream started tonight, so forgive me. I just want to do one last thing. Ah, okay, I see what I got to do. All right, there's a little bit of project I got to do after stream here. Sorry, now I feel a little better that I can actually fix it up. Tomorrow for Mutant Football League, after the Jays game is done, we're gonna have a brand new layout for everything. Hopefully, we were gonna have that debut tonight, but I guess we're gonna. I guess you'll see the new, well, sort of new wrestling one on Wednesday. Just trying to clean a few things up, make things a little more beautiful here. No, in terms of everything AEW here, like after everything that happened on Wednesday, and the fact that they've managed to get 3,000 people into a building tonight for 3,000 people for Collision here tonight, considering in West Virginia here, I don't think they have that huge of a population really. Menard's not even fooling around. He's just like, yeah, we're going. Most of them are on options too. Yeah. Oh boy. I will give you that one there. I thought options was going to be the right word, but opioids. Hell, that could sound like most people around here these days. Sorry, just you get really fired up about something, a little pissed off about something, then all of a sudden change things up. No, yeah, as we're going here, I don't know if you really want to get into a fight with Kyle here too much, Daniel. You're going to turn into the Wheeler Yuta setup here at this point. Hologram caught those proto strokes, or that was. So I don't know if that's El Clone or if that was Fletcher then. Glad Commander's back in action, but Kyle Fletcher jumping hologram like that while he was being hacked is not a good thing. It wouldn't surprise me. He wasn't scheduled to work tonight anyway. He scheduled to work on. He was jumped at the beginning of the show. Like, I'll be honest, I had NXT on and I didn't get a chance to flip it over in time to see the actual open of the show. But Wednesday it's supposed to be Hologram and Fletcher, but tonight it's going to be Fletcher and Commander. Glad to see Commander's back, by the way. We'll probably get an update on Hologram when Fletcher's match comes up. Because I'm sure Hologram's going to come for the save after Fletcher wins. Wow. People in West Virginia can count that high. So I find... What's NXT? I will say, it was a pretty decent show watching NXT. At least the first hour. Like, I will say Friday was more of the Botch City night, but compared to what happened today so far. If you guys didn't see, there was a major, and I don't like the term botch because you always think situations are planned certain ways. There was a big botch both on SmackDown as well as on Victory Road. Neither one of them were handled really, really well. But one was more noticeable than the other. Obviously, the noticeable one was on SmackDown last night when the referee should have counted to 5 and she didn't. She stopped at 2.5 and raised her arm up. And normally you just shoot pin the 3, but watch so bad people went wow in the Vince era. Yep. The one on Victory Road last night was actually courtesy Kalani Jordan and Mi Wei Yang, the women's title match. Jordan went for a Hurricane Rana, but Lee couldn't hold her up. And actually it turned into a power bomb, which would have been fine if Jordan would have actually sold the power bomb, but she no-sold it. So, I guess in the crowd, I'll be honest, those up until the final match, the main event, once they closed beer sales down in the building, it seemed like the crowd was just ready to walk out. Crowd was a little more dead, a little more disappointed. I can sort of see why, you know. It sucks when you lose your opportunity to have beverages. But, yeah, it seemed like the women's match, because a lot of people didn't know what match order the card was going. The card was chaos last night. Right after Masha Slamovich and all her stuff that we talked about earlier this week, and she got pulled from the card, and then finding out at the start of the show that Ash by Elegance, formerly known as Dana Brooke, literally came in the ring and said, "I need to go. I can't wrestle anymore." And the vibe that we got in the building and the vibe we got from the conversation was that this wasn't just an injury. Oh my God, somebody put Mox. Question for you, chat. I'm going to throw this out right now. Just because of that sign in the crowd. Could you see John Moxley in COD? In Call of Duty? As a Call of Duty skin, I think that would be pretty amazing. They've already got Rhea Ripley and Cody Rhodes in there, so you can obviously see there's Probably not going to be much of that in there. I can see Mox for Cody, but that didn't happen. Yeah, that's fair. Almost makes you wonder how much TKO paid to get Cody and Rhea in the game. Or if it ended up being the other way around. I'll be perfectly honest. I am very surprised we didn't get a wrestler in City of the Wolves. We got a soccer player and we got a... you won't see him fighting anything in Saudi Arabia. That's fair. But yeah, speaking of which, a couple videos I'm working on right now. I recorded another part for it. I have to check if the audio went through. But five different video game ideas for AEW since Tony Khan did not. Tony Khan said he had a very bad experience with Fight Forever, so it's a lesson learned for him. But he wants to get another game. So I thought maybe we give him a little bit of help to let him know what kind of games he needs. You'll have to check the video out to find out when I get it out here. And then as well, I did a vlog for yesterday's shows, so he should hire Kojima. Oh, God. Could you imagine Kojima trying to do an AEW game? It'll be a walking simulator with hook down to the ring. Or something crazy like that. Granted, Darby Allin and and this isn't included on the list. I might do it in a part 2 if it goes well. Put Mox and Cody.
Uh-oh.
I'll just put that in there. I think that might be appropriate. Maybe Renee would have... I'm just... Nope. Not going there. But it could be possible. You never know. Kyle had to call the spot for Claudio. Seriously? Oh, I won't judge either. Some of the couples I saw at wrestling last night, I will not judge anybody. Please don't have a botch pin here. Please. Oh, it's tape show. What am I worried about? Or are they live tonight? I thought they did this on Thursdays, so. I know next week they're running live, and then they're doing Tuesday, Wednesday the week after. Mox taking the Wheeler spot. Roddy is not giving up that easy. That is got to be some serious core strength there on Kyle O'Reilly. Into the post. Oh, God. Here we go. He's going to walk outside and get counted out. I'll call this right now. Oh, and yeah, I want to pin this comment here just for the night. Guess I got to do that on both here. So oh, look out! Of course, Menard's supposed to be the guy that. Wow! Menard's eating that pin, of course. But this looks like it sort of wraps up the. So yeah, we got this going on Wednesday. All right. Looks like we're wrapping up this little Matt Menard, Daniel Garcia thing now. So. Oh, Wheeler just decides to show up now just for the hell of it. Remsburg's like, yeah, I'll do my job, frick. No, we got two more matches scheduled that are going to be absolutely insane here. Julia Hart and Jamie Hayter the third time around. We also got Commander and Kyle Fletcher. I love this match on Wednesday. And this is another one of those impromptus. Shibata couldn't make it this week. I love how they're doing the stop motion on that. Won't be going to shows when AEW comes by this time. Two birthday. Oh, that sucks. I will. There you go. Chan Man can be upset as he wants right now, but yeah, lots of money. Well, I was contemplating going to TNA tonight. They have a double taping tonight, but there's nothing grabbing my eye that really brought me to want to go tonight. Like, got a chance to see Indy yesterday. Unfortunately, she was reffing. Did a great job of it, but still, it's reffing. The hell? Omega and Brodito versus the Bucks and Alexander. All right. All right. I will, I believe we deserve next Wednesday is going to be insane. That's actually going to be a great day to debut the revamp lineup here for the stream. So it sort of works out okay. But yeah, also the money thing too. Like I didn't want to, and the fact that I have to travel through going there wouldn't have been a big deal because you can go anytime. But getting back, you literally have to. There's a football game with our local Canadian Football League team in town, so there's like 20,000 people there. It's also Saskatchewan there because and the only thing they have in Saskatchewan is football. So trying to navigate a public transit when there's like 20,000 people trying to get out of the same venue. Yeah. I'm I'm not looking forward to that. So no, I'm good. I'd rather spend my time here with you guys and just enjoying some Collision. We're going to get some 2K25 in tonight. And then, tomorrow will be Mutant League football after the Bills and the Jays are done. And then Monday, Tuesday, we'll be on during the day with Horizon Forbidden West because I really want to make a big push this week on it. If I can get 3 streams in with some decent coverage of it, get it close to finish. Not that I want to move on from the game because the game's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, but there are a couple games that are sort of lining up that I want to take a look at for sure. Tomorrow I want to get a good chunk of the way Jays are closing out. They certainly want to be done. Yeah. Well, no, that's the way Hoffman's doing it right now. Essentially, tomorrow the way the things work is if the Jays win, they're in. If the Yankees lose, they're in. If both win or both lose, well, I guess they're in the playoffs already. The team that gets the number 1 seed in the first bye and a bye to the second round on Saturday. Essentially, you're either getting, if the Jays get even or one more win, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp or the AAA Champ. Let's go! Always good to see the AAA successful. We used to have a AAA team here in Edmonton. It was the Edmonton Trappers. I think the most famous players to actually play here on somewhat of a full-time basis would have been Tim Salmon for the Angels and Jim Abbott, a pitcher years ago for I do believe for years ago. We were the farm team for the Angels at the time. But I do believe he went for the Yankees as well for a little bit. Minnesota. We ended up being the farm team for Anaheim, then Minnesota, then Oakland, and then everything got moved south. So now our baseball is basically like college players. We're in an independent league here in Edmonton. It's basically one of those spring leagues before college season starts up. Hey, Rachel's on our screen. I like this. Except she's going to get murdered by Marina. Also 1 month until the official sport of Florida comes back. Without your captain, Zodiac. Barkov is gone for 9 months. Even though you guys will probably end up signing like 2 other captains in the meantime. Oh boy. I can't wait to see these matches next week. True bathroom break match? Yeah. This one here, except for the fact Rachel's in it, I don't think I'll be doing that anytime soon. Even though she's about to get murdered, but, that happens. Come on, Rachel, hit her. Don't just hit her, just hit her. Actually, it was pretty cool yesterday. I was at... I don't advertise it a whole lot, but Rachel and I are friends. And she She did text me yesterday about birthday and that, so. Nice to see she's getting on TV at least, so. Yeah, well, getting on Collision, it's the first part of the job, right? There's usually an FU Yuta chant going on at this point. Yeah, that's what we do. And Marina's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And Darby's gonna make Wheeler. I wonder if he makes he shaves Darby's head. That's what I would do. Shave Darby's head while you're at it. So you do look like a Sherpa, Yuta. You do look like a Sherpa. So that does make a little bit of sense to me too. So Moxley looking so proud at his pupil. Jesus. Moxley needs a little bit of nine-eye time, I think. It's a little angrier than usual, it looks like. I really wonder how this match is going to be able to end with one of them quitting. Like, Moxley has given up before. We do know that. He gave up in the Texas Death Match at All In. But this might be the way to end this feud, just having Moxley say, I quit. Like, Moxley deserves a vacation. Let's put it that way. For everything that's gone on. But isn't it a tiny bit interesting the fact that if we back this up about 6 months, nobody wanted to see John Moxley on their screen, and now he's got such an interesting storyline lined up. And I wonder what's wrong with Shibata, because if Shibata can't make it 2 shows in a row, I love this. You're never gonna learn. Okay. Equestrian coach. Oh my. Joe with a promo. Joe is like the ultimate in AEW. He taken advantage of way too many times, but he is legitimately the ultimate. Hey, somebody in a Reds jersey. They might get in too. Oh, God. Here we go. This is going to be interesting now. Hey, Nats. How you doing tonight, sir? Hope you're doing well. Both guys are coming out with plaques now, so. Yeah, I saw you throwing up a whole bunch of stuff in Rez's stream there. Oh, Jerry Lynn, how could you dare put these two together? And I wonder what's up with Billy Gunn. Like, did we literally? Is that literally done? Like, Bill, it's ironic that Billy disappeared. I think it was like 3 days before he was released as DLC for 2K25. I love how Max is actually trying to take this serious, and Bones is like, no, 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 piss off. Oh, oh, what's the new sign up there? I came here to see something. Oh, these two are going to work out so well. Oh, good old Bowens. He's trying to play. And Christian's like, yeah, no, I'll take advantage of this. Really? They used redhead stepchild in in commentary? That I guess there's worse things you could say. But no, how's everybody's weekend? Like, I got up early. Like, I didn't get to bed. By the time I got home from wrestling, and then tried to wind down a little bit, I didn't get to bed till like 2 in the morning. So they're starting early next Saturday. All right. So Justin worked today all overtime. Yeah, I got up early to watch the was Canada versus England in the Women's Rugby World Cup final. As Canada got missed out on 40 minutes overtime because of damn traffic. Just a little bit of a, Yeah, then after that, had to go pick up a couple things from Wally World today, and by then it ended up being close to, like right now it's, personally for me, it's 6:42. So you can sort of see the rough range, but by the time I got done that shopping, I got back and the Jays were already up 3-0. I was just watching the rest go down. Now that the Jays are like within a hair of making first in the AL. I just really want to see the warfare between New York and Toronto if they can actually get that put together properly. Because essentially, whoever gets the four seed is going to be playing Boston the wild card. Which honestly, if it's Boston, New York, I think it's Boston. Or sorry, if it's Boston, New York, I think it's New York that's going to win that. If it's Toronto, I got my doubts. You could just imagine. Oh shit, that's right. We got Eddie and Hook versus Bill and Brian Keith tonight. Forgot about that. Damn. That's a match you should not forget about. But yeah, no. The fact we're getting playoff races going down to the very last day here, it's actually pretty awesome. And then most of the football games I do believe are starting early tomorrow, except for the late game, to compensate, because apparently all the games that involve races, I do believe, start at 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock Eastern. So yeah, just working things out that way, and just seems like we're gonna do okay here for sports tomorrow, to say the least. And once again, I will be here after the Jays games wrapped up. That's the plan, to start Mutant League football. Right now we are 3-2 in a 13-week season, so we're gonna try and get a good chunk of that done. And if we're finding that we're one way or the other, we might even sim a few games just to get to the playoffs a little bit sooner. Or if I'm so far out of it, we might just sim the last third and say to heck with it. Mutant Football League 2 is actually coming out in December, so that's going to alternate a little bit. Oh, kick the rope, kick the rope. What are you doing? You kick the rope. When somebody's getting in the ring, you kick the rope. That's what heels do these days. That was pretty cool. Instead of a buckshot lariat, it's more like a monkey flip lariat. He's only there because he has to be. Like, Bowens is only here. Like, he's been trying to get out of this match 3 times, and you know that they're probably going to end up having to go back together, but. And it seems like the end of 2025 is the reunion story for a lot of people. Like the teaming of Omega and Page. There's the Acclaim look like they're getting back there. Jurassic Express look like it's getting back together. Yeah, Jurassic Express is. Oh, they're coming back next Wednesday. So it's like Caster, you stupid son of a bitch, tag. He's not. Well, this lasted one night. Oh, no, Jerry. Oh, they actually made the tag. Now we get the delayed hot tag. The Guitar Crusher. That's not the famouser. The guy's not bending over. Okay, that's new. That was new. So almost like a reverse Olympic slam where you end up face down. See, if they were smart, they would do the mic drop thing, right? And Christian kept the headlock on. That is pretty awesome right there. Damn. Well, Caster's doing his job at least. Jerry's going to end up being a full manager here. I know he doesn't want to do it, but generic white creative character is pretty talented. Blake Christian, he was one of those like the top four that weren't in AEW. All right, well, Caster's eating a pin here. Oh, I thought that was going to be an easy pin there. There's the Molly Wop. I like the fact that, you know, now Jerry's going to push this even further. And Bones is like, screw you guys. Are they actually going to do this here? They got a pretty decent crowd. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I give them half a scissor with each one blade with each finger. Or with each hand, sorry. And Caster decided to go out that. Somebody find Kevin White, because Mother Wayne's on the screen right now. Okay. I Milker Wayne. I wasn't going there. I was going to let Kevin Knight deal with that one. Mother. Mother. No. We know what you meant. Surprised they didn't do an interim champion for that title. I thought FTR was going to walk in right now. They're doing the old vintage. I like this. I get it. You got birthdays to go to, but this is actually a pretty cute promo. The 8-bit filter and everything. Oh, it's mixed tornado tag. Okay. So that means Statlander is going to wreck you to somewhere in that match. All right, I got to remember that because that's usually my shopping day. I'll have to see how the timing goes. I might go get that stuff early and just whip in here right at 6. As long as we're not starting early next Tuesday. So for those that aren't familiar, the reason they do the title Tuesday is primarily due to the MLB playoffs. TBS and TNT get extra coverage in the first round. And I do believe, if my math's right, that is where game 4 is for. It's game 4 for a couple series and game 3 for other couple. So it's like an all hands on deck kind of day. So there couldn't be any other reason that why they would move to a Tuesday once in a while. Nothing at all, no counter programming or anything of the sorts, right? So, yeah. Hell, it almost feels like half counter programming tonight too, though. So, with No Mercy going up against Collision here tonight, I just hope both shows do well. Like, you can always go back on Netflix and check everything out. I still got to work and see if I can get the USA and Canada channel on my computer instead of trying to. If we're always forced to. Oh, wait a second here. Ah, okay. So, no, I thought they officially announced an invasion. They're actually doing like they're doing titles for titles. Dark State versus the Hardys.
After this happened, Santino and I talked for hours, trying to come up with a solution, and we finally did. On Tuesday, October 7th, on the CW,
There's your counter
NXT
program.
and TNA will bring to you an event that no one in the wrestling world thought was possible: Invasion. NXT and TNA will compete in 2 Survivor Series style matches, one for the men and one for the women. This Tuesday, the teams will be announced once Santino and I each make our respective picks. Also, another match that has been officially signed off on is the NXT Tag Team Champions Dark State versus the TNA Tag Team Champions, the Hardy Boys. Title for title, winner take all match. And also, after everything that has happened with Trick and Oba, everyone will be barred from ringside, so there will be no interruptions. There has to be a winner. Thank you. And I'll see you all October 7th at Invasion.
All right, well, there's your counter programming for what WWE's doing for AEW on the 7th. All right, I can't wait to see what they're going to do for these women's tag titles. Can I literally say what I would like to see personally is this year just be the C2 for the women's division, women's tags. Anna's not, I'm not used to seeing Anna in yellow. I want to see this. Folks, TJ honestly is my pick up until this promo, but they're probably going to be the case anyway. Who do you guys, who do you all have as first tag team champions in AEW? Oh my God, the Outrunner's got a beach theme now. They actually redid the Tron for him. This is why. Let's go. Let's go. The boys are back. Well, not those boys because they're still suing AEW, but Dalton's back. Let's go. All right, we got a couple marbles here, and why are they talking over the King Dalton here? Oh my God, KM's getting another match. Cowpoke Paul? Really? Like, Matthews is always getting these spots for. He's like the ultimate enhancement. This is That's freaking John Cruz. That almost looks like Garcia and Menard, really, if they, My God, they all look like they need a meal, those boys. Well, granted, Dalton has been working forever. No, this is a really fun combo between the three of them. Gives a little bit more legitimacy to the Outrunners with a guy with the experience that Dalton Castle has. And the fact that Dalton just coming off a major injury, it's nice that they get a little bit more. Uh-oh. Yeah, the fact that Dalton gets a little bit more time to relax, not be strained enough in a trios match is work, but it's still. I thought Dalton was going to get involved with the double arm there. It's actually pretty impressive how Dalton can get KM up for the bangarang. Wasn't going to be much of a match, but turned out to be a ton of fun here. Oh, here we go. Another interview segment. Oh, God. I still get queasy looking at this match and a lot of the stuff in it. But it's going to be interesting to see how long MJF is out. I did hear they are filming in Winnipeg for the new movie that he's in. Oh, now we're top of the hour. This actually makes sense. So we do this here. Hologram's going to be coming out eventually anyway, so it's not. Maybe El Clone comes out just to play a little extra drama on this. Maybe El Clone is the one that faces Kyle Fletcher next week. My God, this guy has an aura. Now, if all goes well and no power cards get pulled on me here, Fletcher should be featured tonight in our WWE 2K25 rundown here for Week 14. We're running into Bad Blood coming up next week. But in the meantime, we do have a 5-match card to go through. got a few main events that we could pick from here, but we'll have to. You guys will have to step by to check things out to know for sure here. The replay is available for last week's show up on the gaming YouTube channel. Could you imagine Commander winning this just to screw up this entire timeline? I can't, but what do we got? Oh, tried to go for a head scissors, didn't work out. Well, I guess if you can't you block forward, you can't block back. That's a fighting game rule, right? You can only block one side. If you try to block both, it doesn't work. Fletcher just makes a power slam look absolutely deadly. Watch Commander blown out both legs now. Damn, that sucks. Right in the back of the. Right in the back of the. Okay, I see what I gotta do. Callis never shows up on Collision. What is Nigel talking about? It's why the production is so much higher because it's a lot quieter. I really wonder what that original painting was supposed to be. But yeah, Omega back next week. We knew Omega was going to be on limited dates, right? Like him and the Bucks are both on a limited date deal right now. But this seems to be like the perfect one for him. Like I do believe Kenny's home is in whether it's in Hollywood or it's nearby that whole area. The original painting was Goatsy. I'm yeah. All I know is it would have been like it's probably going to end up on a shirt eventually. Whatever the actual pick was of it on there. A Goatsy shirt, yeah, probably. Not that I'm 100% sure where the Goatsy is, so let me just. I can almost imagine at this point. I look up Goatsy and it comes up with. I'm just quickly Google. It just comes up as a coin. So I'm not going to go any further than that because I'm scared that I'm going to start running into Rule 34 stuff. Anytime I get a suggestion to Google saying on stream, I always worry about that Rule 34 stuff. Ever since I watched Maximilian Dude stream years ago, think it's one of his best of videos. And they actually took a Dreamcast, the browser that's on it, and they actually looked up what Blue Waffle was on it while on there. So, yeah, to this day, I'm still scared to actually find out what that is. All I know is it's just some kind of weird thing, right? So, should do an image. No.
No, 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 no! No, please! No!
That ain't happening anytime soon. Sure as hell ain't gonna happen on stream. That's for damn sure. Ugh. But yeah, we're just everything that's gone on here. Like, oh, I guess Eddie and Hook will be the main event. That makes sense. The fact that we might get a little bit of open discussion about. They did do a quick promo backstage about why Eddie and Hook are a team now instead. But it makes me wonder. Makes me wonder if there's going to be some kind of turn or something weird going on by the end of it. So, but you got to love it that the I Drink match of the night is no longer the Jon Moxley match like it's been for months here. That the women are getting the privilege of being the sponsored match of the night. I'm thinking eventually I'm going to get Backbreaker into sponsoring a few matches here and there. I just want to get things rolling a little bit more here, so. And, of course, they get the hickey ups at this time. It's always great. So, question for you, chat. When it comes to Invasion in that Tuesday show, do we just go ahead and make it a dual show that we're trying to watch both? Because I'm not sure how we're going to pull that off there. Cause you know me and technology, sometimes it isn't the best thing in the world. So I think we probably will just to, you know. I do think the AEW show, based on the lineup that they're presenting, is probably going to be it's probably going to be lined up a little bit better for Title Tuesday, but because I could almost see maybe like a Claudio and Hangman going on the Title Tuesday after everything's gone on. As we come back out of the break here. I'd assume they get Mercedes in there for the show. Maybe that's where that Serene match that they were talking about. There was I got to go check out the Stardom YouTube. Apparently there was a title for title match that Jesus Criminy Commander. That's hilarious. You guys remember when Hologram got injured in the last match that he was in? On Wednesday there when he kept having to try and get moves off, but he kept shaking his knee. I wonder if his knee went again. Like, he had a knee injury for the longest time, then he had to take some personal time for then he had to have he had some time for his kid apparently. Then now he's got another knee injury. Like, I wonder if they move El Clone right into it anyway. And just make it feel like Hologram never left. But now that he's in a heel role. And then whenever Hologram gets patched up. So yeah, just a reminder, we are going to be starting the Sidecast an hour early next week. Like I said, Wednesday, knee injuries are weird. You'll feel fine enough after it happens. Next day, hold on to your butts. Yeah, you nailed it right on the head. And trust me, I feel it today, to be honest with you. Because, like, as I do the vlog, you'll see. No, okay. I thought he was going to do a tombstone all the way to the floor from the apron there. I mean, what the hell? Okay, that just hurt even more. But no, for me to get to TNA yesterday, it's a 20-minute walk. 20-minute walk followed by 4 flights of stairs down. Then a 45-minute bus or 45-minute train ride to the venue. Up 4 flights of stairs again. Then, of course, your casual walking on the facility. And it ended up being, oh, God. That Michinoku driver. Jesus. Several bad injuries and a few broken bones. Take the broken bones and yeah. Well, back when I was playing soccer, it's actually the origin of the referee, the legit referee in me. I was playing soccer. I think it was like 10 years old, 8, 10, like young. And a guy was wearing baseball cleats instead of soccer cleats. And it was the metal spikes on the bottom, like the real sharp ones. He ended up sticking his foot in the back of my knee. The spikes went in, and his foot literally twisted. So all my ligaments were gone. And the reason I became a referee is because I got so pissed off that the guy didn't make a call because he didn't see it. And he didn't see the illegal shoes that he was supposed to check before the game. Jesus! Let's just go with a random springboard Canadian destroyer here. But yeah, that's how the origin of the referee came up, if anybody ever wanted to know. Oh, Fletcher just gets out in time. For 5 cents, that destroyer still looks nice and crisp. He's going for it, his finisher. And he gets 2 boots right in the face. Right in the... All right, we're done here. Jesus! Fletcher with the lawn dart. And that beautiful kick. We're done. That was an awesome match. That was an awesome match right there. They're doing Women's main tonight. Fletcher don't do bad matches. But yeah, the women are main eventing tonight, folks. I'm actually very happy about that because, you know, Should happen more often. Repeated basis, all that great stuff. But yeah, just I wonder what they're gonna do for Fletcher on Wednesday, because I'm assuming that they're gonna just replace Commander with someone. People gonna cheer Fletcher, gonna make him a bit more boring. He's so talented. Yeah. Well, that's always been the biggest problem. Like they always say, why doesn't the heel do more flips? And that's why. It's because the more you do flips, the more people want to cheer for you, right? So see to hear the neighbors going crazy next door, but that's okay. No, it makes me wonder how long Fletcher's going to keep that title for. I don't think Tony wants to do too many double titles. And if he does do double titles, he likes to keep them one Ring of Honor, one AEW, just in case. That way they can maybe separate things, but I really want to see what Fletcher ends up with. Like, I do think Fletcher eventually is going to be all over that main title area, but until he drops the TNT title, you can't really say that he's going to be in that position here. So, who takes from Hangman? Darby, MJF, or Fletcher? I think you got to go with MJF because he still has that contract. I don't know if you want to do Hangman and Darby at this point, because both guys will be insanely cheered for. The only way you could get through an MJF Darby is like a C2 situation where he basically wins a tournament to get to that point where they have that match. And I just don't see, as crazy as it sounds, the I Quit, I don't think that's the end of it. I really don't think it's the end of it between Darby and Mox. I think there's going to be a till death do us part match. Or something like that, where somebody's literally going to have to die. All right, who we got? Okay. Okay. D- do we get a debut? Here's the question. Do we get somebody established? Do we get a debut? Hell, they could even bring in Mark Davis again. Maybe Orange? After everything that happened, maybe Orange might be the fit there. Fuck. Folks, I didn't see the graphic first. Honest. Jesus. I just got it. It's there. It's there. It's just. My clairvoyance is going crazy. What can I say? I love how the crowd is just like, all right, we got Kyle Fletcher here. Let's, you guys are going to have to step it up for that. Like, Bill is over, don't get me wrong. And Keith, well, he's the Defy champion. He's got the skills, just never been in a great position here in AEW like that. All right, well, no tags needed, just go at it. In AEW, I don't mind or tornado tags being a little bit more common because that is sort of the, like, outside of your FTRs and the Bucks, the traditional hot tags, you know AEW more often than not is just about the chaos, right? So Shivani, if it wasn't official, the referee would be stopping it right now. Not even a big hoorah for Eddie coming back here. So for Collision that week, are they doing Thursday or are they doing a 4-hour show? And I can see why they're doing the double taping there because of the Survivor Series coming up right after. Oh no, that's a month from then. Yeah, they got literally nothing going on. I don't know what. I guess they don't want people stuck around Halloween. I don't know. Maybe in November to remember. I don't know. I say if you get the right crowd, I wouldn't mind like a 3-hour special a little more often. 4 hours, absolutely not. No, that's just a little bit too much. But 3 hours, like the September to Remember, I personally I don't feel it was like the worst setup for a show. As the crowd was hot for it, so it always worked out that way. But in many ways, you sit back and you also want to you want to make sure that you make those shows special, right? So good old Bill. Instead of having to do the tag, he just goes over and does some mocking taunt. Which makes sense for him, of course, but you know. Oh, here come the machine gun chops. And the chop to the throat. No, I could see, I wonder how much time they're going to give this match. Probably one more segment just because you do want to give the women a little bit of time here going forward. So, yeah, Jurassic Express comes back on Wednesday. I am looking forward to that. Just to see what they're going to do with Jurassic Express 2.0. Are they going to play all the best hits? And Timeless Tony Storm returns to Hollywood, except Hollywood, Florida. And I'd assume that TNT title is going to be the main event. And we might even get a title change there. You might put it on Orange. We'll never know. Do I really want to see it on Orange right now? If it was based on the fact that they were going to give it to Hologram and they got to flip the title anyway, I don't mind because that means they still have a plan for Fletcher. Because they can always go back to that card of Hologram still got his undefeated streak, right? They could just say Fletcher was so scared to face Hologram with his undefeated streak and whatnot that they could just turn around and say, well, he's going to get an automatic title match anyway, so screw you. So we come back from the commercial break. Very nice show coming out of West Virginia here tonight. Loud crowd. Apparently 3,000 tickets. Oh, we got a Chris Jericho reference. Did Eddie ruin his arm for real, or he's probably selling, but... Funny part is Hook looks like he was smiling. So this is a tornado tag, but it's not a no disqualification match. Oh, for 5 cents. Actually, that sort of works out for us too. Like, and Chris, I know you're on here. We're gonna do. If everything goes well, we'll start season 3 of My GM on Wednesday. And if they're doing 2.5 hours, it just means all we have to do is do our draft. And I think what we'll do is weeks 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll just stay consistent for the 5 weeks after that. So. But I like the fact they're already saying, yeah, we're going half-hour overtime. I haven't talked to the other guys yet. I'll have some time this week, so I'll check with them. And personally, I think if they want to stay in, they could stay in. But I'm not gonna force anybody to be a part of it. Because we're not really losing anything if anybody else is in, right? Because we can't instantly just drop 2 promotions. Don't take as much glee destroying the computer. Exactly. So, truth be known, and I got a message from Vic the next morning. He literally fell asleep with the controller in his hand, so I guess the wife's a little pissed that the wife or the controller is getting more attention than her, which I can see, that, and I'm throwing one of those out, right? And PJC, it's probably time with the kids. So, I'm never gonna fault anybody for having a life. Like like I said before, I need 2 people to do it. As long as we got 2 people going, we'll go. So, well, yeah, I'll do a little bit more to message the guy, like message everybody early this week. So, I've been so focused on trying to get this new overlay done, as well as like tomorrow during football and baseball, I'll be I got to work on fixing up the Twitch channel with some new panels and such. But all that stuff's sort of minor. I got to get a new gaming intro video done. My list is just adding up. I thought Hook was going to get caught for sure. No, you're done. Yeah, Keith's always eating the pin. That seems to be like a rule. Eddie's like, no, my arm sucks. You're not lifting it. Yeah, here it is. Uh, I like the fact that Ace is getting more TV time now. All right, I can live with that. And the women are actually going to get, unless they got a big promo coming up, they're going to get good 15 minutes. I like this. Jamie and Julia deserve it. So, but as per tradition, as we get closer to the main event here, I give you guys a bit of a rundown what's going on, because things are going to be changing a little bit here this week, just this week, because I'm on holidays, so trying to enjoy the holidays a little bit as well. So tomorrow after the Blue Jays game, we got the Bills in the morning, we got Blue Jays in the afternoon. So Odds are, if it starts at 1, it's going to be around 6 Eastern. We'll be on with Mutant Football League as we're going to work on taking the Snuffalo Thrills to the playoffs. We're currently 3-2, 13-game season. We only got one road game left. I don't know how the hell this works, but I'm not going to argue. Got a favorable schedule, just we need to capitalize on it. So, and then Monday and Tuesday, going to be trying to do some daytime streams. They're going to be our bonus streams this week. When we get on, it will be for Horizon Forbidden West. According to PlayStation and the main game counter, we have officially hit the 50% mark of the story. When we get back on, we do have a couple quick side quests, and apparently they are supposed to be quick. And then from there, we're going to get in to go get the last major program that we have to before stuff really hits the fan. And then Wednesday, we'll be back here. AEW Dynamite's 6th anniversary show. 2.5 hours. We're going to have a ton of fun with it. Everybody can pile in. Let's have some fun. Open mic night is available as well. Immediately following that, we are going to start season 3 in 2K25. I know, Zodiac, you're almost guaranteed to be there. HBC Bad Guys, Vic should be there, as well as PJC, as we work towards. I have never completed full 5 seasons of this game, so we'll have to see how that goes. So I'm not even worried about the fact that I'm stuck in like second place and gonna have to try and make things interesting to get back into it somehow. And then Thursday, once again, Horizon. Like I said, we're putting a pretty big chunk into that game because I want to see. I want to see if we can move on to a couple other ones that I have planned. Up at the docket, there's Mario Odyssey. There's Expedition 33. There's just a lot going on. So I want to see how much of the backlog we can start hacking at. And once again, everybody, just thank you for being here, whether you're watching live or VOD. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you hit the sub. Make sure you hit the follow. Subs right now are currently 25 to 30% off on Twitch, as well as a buy 5, get 1 free deal on subs thanks to Valorant. You pay for 5, they give a 1. So that'll be going on all week here. So, but no pressure whatsoever. Always remember, though, thank you for being here, regardless whether you're lurking, whether you're watching, whether you're commenting, whether you just got a tab open just to keep numbers up. It's always appreciated no matter what. As we're getting the rundown here, what's coming up on Wednesday. I wonder what's going to happen with Tony. I don't see her going after Stat. I don't see that rematch happening anytime soon. In terms of direction here, I would assume that Orange and Fletcher are going to main, but Tony's always had some interesting ways of going around stuff. And my monitors decide to go crazy there for a second. That's always great. This guy looks like she's just ready for battle, and also went to Kyle and is like, Kyle, here, take my shirt. I see you're bleeding a little bit. Oh, shit. Well, time for the internet to get insufferable here for the IWC. Ricky Saints has just defeated Obafemi for the NXT Men's World Titles. So, the man who looks eerily familiar to the former AEW talent is now a champion in NXT. Oh, hi, Jamie. We haven't used that in a while, so I got to make sure I get that in there. See the Sickles Club sign in the front? I like the fact that Julia's like, come on, let's go. And Jamie's like, all right, well, I'll kick your ass now. Well, they're going to get, almost a full 15 minutes here. Unless they're doing a clean ending. Which I don't think is going to be possible because everybody's going to be literally... Damn, what a boot. I love how they're trying to downplay Stats victory. Like, anybody that was watching, like, it almost felt like it was almost automatic that there was going to be a change there. It was just trying to figure out who it was going to be. I think going into it, more people were thinking it was going to be Jamie more than anybody else that was going to win that. Just to make up for the situation that happened prior to going out with an injury, like her first injury. That Tony was the one that beat her for it in that very ugly beatdown prior to a quick match. I wouldn't mind seeing Sky and Julia get a little further up in the tournament. As we get into our picture-in-picture. But yeah, in terms of this, I wonder if they're just going to do a bracket tournament or honestly a round robin tournament with the. It depends how much he wants to really bring in with people. Like, I think we could have some fun here and sort of figure out our draw about who we want to who we would want as part of a tournament. That actually wouldn't be a bad collab thing going on. Just to see who they would like to have as part. Like, one thing I would like to see is them bring over some Stardom wrestlers for a couple of tag teams in this tournament. Like, if you want to show how good women's tag team wrestling is around the world, this is a very good opportunity to do that. You could do CMLL, you could do Stardom. You can do Rev Pro as well. Bring over some of the teams from there. Because there is just such a plethora of talent, and it's consistent talent too. It's not just going to be talent that is just going to be there, right? Sorry if I'm reaching down to my phone a little bit. Got a couple messages, and this has been a crazy week, folks. Some of these messages just gonna get to. Little time sensitive, but now overall, it's been a ton of fun here. Like tonight, all the matches have been pretty solid. We got to see the return of Dalton Castle to TV. We got to see Commander and Kyle Fletcher going at it like nobody's business. Eddie Kingston returning to Collision. Sorry, I thought I saw something a little bit more. We got a TNA taping in town right now, folks, so I got people messaging all over the place here, so I told them to message me if there's anything crazy going on with local talent. Then I try to remind them that some of the people you consider local talent are already signed to TNA. Jamie just unloading bombs here. Now, that Saito suplex looked rough. Just literally just nothing fancy to it or anything like that. Just normally you get some kind of a cell reaction. Julia just reacted like she died. Looked like she was going for a Michinoku driver there. It was a crucifix drop, and Julia changed it into a bomb. Absorbed the hit and then just swinging the hips. Oh, here we go. I got a feeling at Wrestle Dream they're finally going to announce what's going on with them. Oh, God. That sucked. Ushikoroshi went for the haterade and can get it. Julia trying to get over for the Black Widow, but Jamie just like, no, you ain't going that far. Not going that far. We're gonna hook you up right where I can sit you right on your back. Jamie is so focused, ready to go. Hater tries to hit harder. Is Julia actually going to hit this? She has a... Damn, she hit it right on target. See, if I was Sky, I'd be pushing that foot off the rope right now. Just to simply say, what are you talking about? No, whenever you scream at somebody to get up like that, it never works out. Oh, there it is. That is the thing of beauty there, that submission. And Sky's being smart, holding the rope like that. And of course, the referee's standing right next to her, not seeing it. Oh my God, the Elks are going to win a game. Yep, done. Nope. Oh. All right, Hater's pissed. I think we're done here. Not anymore. I love the fact that a clothesline can be used as a finisher here in AEW. The one biggest difference between Japanese wrestling and American wrestling is the fact that moves like a clothesline are actually used as finishers in Japan, and it's not used as often as it is in Canada or in the States for that matter. As a finisher, it's not a clothesline, it's a lariat. Yeah. But the whole motion of it all together, like, if you watch a lot of Japanese wrestling, there isn't a lot of those lariats, clothesline, whatever you want to call them. Because it is more solid mat-based wrestling. Oh, here comes Windsor. I know it's a semi-joke. But no, it's actually serious. Like, that's how they determine the difference. All right, I'll throw a hydrate in. And by the way, the new stream collection, when they get it fixed for Wednesday, there is actually going to be a graphic on the screen for drinks. So, are they doing Amanada and Hater as a team? That's her belt, you dumbass. I was thinking for a tag team, you'd probably look at Hater and Windsor. Just because of their history together. Please, Jamie, call it, call it, call it, call it. Yes! Yes, say those words! 3 words! Please do it! Let's go! Let's go! Yes! Blood and guts! Let's go! Let's go! They finally said, let's go! Women's blood and guts! They finally announced it! Let's go! 5-on-5. Triangle of Madness, Penelope and Megan. And now we'll figure out the other side. Don't matter. Let's get them in there. Let's do this. Let's freaking go. You knew if this match was going to be ending the night, there was going to be something special. They're going to find out the details on Wednesday. We're going to have to figure out the date when they're actually going to do it. But my God, finally, they've been teasing us for so goddamn long. So now we got to figure out which venue they're going to use because they have to sell tickets to the venue, right? You know, because a venue would have given it away, right? Tekla and Brewer's smiling and Julie's like, what? Well, she just got the crap beaten out of her and then she's got, I'm going to do more. I just can't wait. The fact that they actually finally got this match announced, and there are so many women on this roster that just excel in street fights. Like, hell, I expect TJ probably to be a part of it. Maybe even Tony will be on the side with Bring Back Bunny. Well, Bunny had her first match in like 3 years. Not even, when was it? Last Sunday? With Mystery Wrestling. She teamed up with Penelope. I don't know if she's going to be back at like on a full-time basis, but she did say she missed the ring, so that would be a lot of fun if they get a chance to do that. So yeah, a little bit of exciting and just we are about to get nuts. Penelope at Blood and Guts is going to be well, we know staplers are going to be involved. Sorry, I just have to throw one quick thing out. All this talk about NXT, you got to break it up for some people, right? So, no, all in all, tonight, like that just sums up the night perfectly, and just everything you want to do with it, and it just a great way to finish off the night, along with the returns of Eddie Kingston, the returns of the return of the Acclaimed, sort of, the return of Commander. The return of Dalton Castle. There are a lot of returns tonight. Like, this is the first collision after All Out, so this sort of is a different pay-per-view cycle. So, but yeah, just a great show overall, and it's setting up for a great Wednesday. I think that's the best way to put it. It is setting up for an absolute great Wednesday, but I think that's going to wrap it up for this first half of the show here. Let's get some WWE on here, and once we book the show, we can talk a lot about what's been going on with wrestling this week, because let's face it, I'm sorry if you're hearing my phone going off constantly, but my phone's going off constantly today. So with that being said, folks on YouTube, it's twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. We are going to be on there here in about 5 minutes. Unfortunately, due to DMCA and all that stuff, we got to move it over to Twitch, and then I edit the VOD based on everything I got to get rid of for music and such, and put it over on the YouTube. So join us over there, twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. We're going to get going here right away, but we're going to wish you all a good night. The next time we're going to be live on YouTube is Wednesday for the 6th year anniversary of AEW. And it's going to be a fun night. It's going to be 2.5 hours of insanity. And I just hope that we get the level of craziness just needs to get to where it has been. So, with that being said, everybody, thank you for being here. And always remember to be part of the solution